Woo, woo, woo.
They rally round the family with a pocket full of shells. They rally round the family with a pocket full of shells. A bull's on parade. Come with it now. A bull's on parade. Y'all thought I was him. I sound just like him.
You did? I was impressed. Is that you?
Girl, it's crazy. The bulls are on parade all across America, in California, and other places too, right? Dallas,
yeah,
San Antonio, everywhere.
All over. Yeah,
girl, they is not playing with Donald Trump and this ice.
The ice thing.
It was like, go get somebody else to do it.
There was alerts around the neighborhood the other day. They're like, I can't whistle, but alert, caw.
Because there's other things that we could be doing besides going getting. I'm just saying. Anyway, and then, well, for one, Gavin Newsom was like, because President Trump was like, I'm gonna arrest you, and Gavin Newsom was like, pull up then.
LA style.
Yes, come on with it. And so we're here like, oh shoot. And then the whole Trump Elon is crazy. It's like the least surprising thing that's happened in 2025.
Yeah, for sure.
It's crazy. But then my mom was telling me that Whoopi was saying, because my mom watched The View, that Whoopi said that it's probably just fake. And I'm like, it's so preposterous that it could be fake. Like, because we're just like, what? Really? Y'all are fighting on social media?
Yeah, like so public.
So like this is suspicious. This seems weird. It's just,
yeah.
But also, okay, because everything, like that's another thing too. Like everyone's like, oh, this is a distraction. This is a distraction. Well, if y'all just stop just putting the energy on the distraction and just fixing the problem itself.
It seems like that's the smarter thing to do.
Because there's a lot of energy going to all these so-called distractions. There has to be like a distraction team that's like, distraction! Because there's no way that any one person has time to be like, distraction. Like, you have to have a team that is getting distractions together.
There's people saying like that is the whole, like, that's the whole idea, is like just to wear you down. Distraction after distraction to where you're like, I can't take it anymore, and then you just check out, and then there's no telling what's happening.
That's still a hell, because I feel like someone's going to be, out of all these people, someone's going to be out there like,
because you and I aren't the type of people that would put that much energy into doing some shitty shit. Like, I mean, I don't know. If you're going to spend the energy into doing something, like, do it
for real.
Just do it. Like,
do it the right way, so we ain't gotta do this shit no more.
And if everyone's like, that's not a good idea, don't do that. Like, don't do that. Like, I don't know.
I don't know if it's a distraction. I don't know. I think it's hilarious that Trump and Elon are fighting, though.
And then everyone's like, the girls are fighting. Like, if girls were fighting like that, y'all would be losing your mind.
Yes. And don't call them, they don't deserve to be called girls.
Yeah.
They do not. Those are some grown-ass, emotionally immature men that are fighting.
Isn't Trump like 80?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, but the women are the emotional ones. Do you think if Kamala was president that we'd be sitting here watching her have a fight on Twitter? But women are the crazy ones. Girl, because I'm deep into like I've decided that like I just got to focus on me and my career, like deep into like me. So I've been following a bunch of like powerful women, and when I say powerful, I mean like powerful in their own mind. Like,
correct.
Like they create their own, and they're like, let's not worry about these, because like society teaches us to be very male centered.
Oh yeah, like Disney and all that stuff. Wait for a prince.
Exactly.
And trade your mermaid tail for legs.
Give me a break.
You didn't remember your face, girl.
Girl. But yes, but like, I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyways,
you've been following powerful women.
Yeah, but then we were talking about something else before that. I was gonna say something that Shira Stebbins said that I was like,
about how Kamala wouldn't be fighting on X.
I don't know. Anyway,
I mean,
whatever.
Yeah.
Just women just.
And if I'm emotional, then like I'm probably like aware of the fact that I'm being emotional,
right?
And then I'll be like, "You're right." I was mad about that, but I also needed some chocolate cake too.
Yes, right. Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that.
And
the
sometimes
moon
you do,
works in tides too.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be on all the time, but at least like I don't know, like women know enough not to be out here like putting it all out there like that.
Especially women of a certain, I think that like, yeah, young women probably are a little bit emotional, but also I think that they're taught that. I think that young boys are not taught not to be there. So that, I think that's what happens. I think that
it also creates a lot of attention too.
Right.
Because if you're fighting online, the way I will go down.
Shoot,
especially if I don't know you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look in all the comments and all the.
I don't even like that about myself, but it's true.
Oh, I don't care. I like it. I'm gonna do some. And then I appreciate having all the facts, like, and then I can retell the story accordingly.
Yeah.
So then you ask, and you're like, okay, but then what happened? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all. She did this because
I do love it.
Yeah, so I don't care, whatever.
But that's not what's happening here.
Yeah, it is, because at first I was really, and then when my mom said that it could be fake, I was like, you know what? She might not, because it's just too good to be true.
And the memes and stuff are pretty hilarious.
It's so. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Yes, this might be too radical. It's pretty radical way of thinking, but just makes you think. I like the way, like, I don't like necessarily like agree 100% of everything, but I like the thoughts and the
conversation.
The conversation, like, basically that men have tricked us into thinking, have them thinking that we're the inferior ones. They know that, and that's why they've done so much trickery to make us think that we're the inferior gender, when actuality we're not. So now this like feminine awakening, like, it's not even feminism, it's a different, like, wait a minute, I don't even need you, because I think it was like equal.
Well, it was designed. You know, it was designed for women to have to count on men.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about like the feminism was like, we just want equal this. Yes. But even now is more like, I think we might be better. Right. Like both. Like, so I don't know. Not that anyone should be better than, but like I said, Kamala would never. Hillary and Kamala would never be on Twitter
fighting in public
as the president. Maybe it's like, okay, Instagram or influencer, yeah,
maybe like Twitter. Someone's talking smack about Beyonce.
Yeah, maybe a housewife. Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. But the leaders of the world, and if it was a distraction, how terrible but a distraction. Like, let's say that Trump is in on who gives a fuck about Elon Musk? He don't even go here. Like, he needs to be out of the picture. Like, who cares? Like, Trump as the president of the United States should be like, y'all gonna have me out here looking stupid. No, I'm not gonna be fighting with this dude on. No, Obama would never. He'd be like, y'all even have me tarnishing my legacy, fighting with some. They're like, we need it as a distraction. We'll find some other distraction then.
Like tan suit 2.0.
Yes. Let me stop. I'll step out with some pinstripes or something. I'll really blow their minds.
I'll pimp walk out there.
Yes, but I'm not gonna argue with somebody that is not even American on Twitter, on his, like, this is too much. Like, it just makes us look really bad.
Yeah.
So even if it was a distraction, I still like blame him for going along with it and being like, okay, I'll fight with him on Twitter.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's no self-control.
I think so. Either way, if it's a distraction, there's no self-control. If it's real, there's no self-control.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, so pray for everybody, y'all. Pray for everybody that's going through riots, California, everywhere, and just pray for I guess, United States, everywhere. Not just United States. What show was that when they were like, God bless America and no place else?
Nope. I don't know.
Was that?
And no place else.
I think that was the Head of State with Chris Rock. But it was like them making fun of, like, the other candidate was like, God bless America and no place else. I think that was. Randy, let me know if that was Head of State, because we just talked about that movie recently. But moving on, because we didn't want to, like, That's not a very, but we had to mention it because it's crazy, but we didn't
Yeah.
want to spend too much time on it. Before we get into, because we're go over Paul Reubens, we watched the rest of the
PBS himself,
Yes.
part 2.
I did want to say just real quick, because I was over at my parents' house the other day, and my parents have good old fashioned cable TV.
Good old cable.
And sometimes I forget. I'm like, this is nice. Just nice
commercials and
yeah,
stuff.
And not having to think what you want to watch. What you want to watch? Gotta put some on.
These are our limited options.
Yeah, thank you. Because as a mom and a wife, we gotta think. We can make 8 million decisions a day.
Yeah, it's not on Nickelodeon.
Yes. So it was nice, and my dad, because he turned it on. My daddy must have known it was coming on. He was like, "I'm finna watch BET Awards at 7:00 when it come on."
Oh,
because he was ready. Because we were like, "What you watching?" Because he changed it to BET. Because I know my daddy's TV programs.
Oh.
And BET's usually not in there like that, not at 7. Usually
not nighttime.
No, yeah. So I was like, "What you doing?" He was like, "I'm watching the BET Awards." I was like, "Oh, cool." And it was so nice. And Kevin Hart hosted. It just reminds you of like the old BET Awards used to be. I used to love watching the BET Awards. It was like a little bit. It was kind of like the MTV Awards, like where the cool stuff happens, like the Grammys and stuff. Were like
I feel like I used to watch it too, like in the 2000s.
And then it was the 25th anniversary of something. Maybe the so they were like all the music they were playing was all like our music because my dad was like, "You know all the songs." I was like, "This is my music." They had like Maya and like Amerie and had Glorilla, but I guess that's more, but still you gotta have Glorilla. It was fun. It was just cute. Drewski and Castanot, I like them. Both of them. Like I think they're funny guys.
Funny. Oh, nice. I didn't get to see it. I didn't watch any of it.
Oh, it's fine. We watched, and we probably watched like my mom said it went on forever because we left. She was like, "Girl, it was still going on." She was like, "Okay." But but the best part was they gave Jaime Foxx a Ultimate Icon Award.
Nice.
And it was so nice because he was so grateful. So him and his daughters were so grateful, and like they were like, I mean, because he's so talented. Like they did scenes from Ray Charles, and they did his music.
Remember when he was like missing for like months?
Well,
and months
yeah,
and months?
He was almost died.
I know, but nobody knew what was going on.
He had a stroke.
But it was very mysterious. For a while.
Yeah, because he didn't want because he was that bad. He that's what he was saying. Like
I could totally normal now.
He looks totally he looks a lot better. And he said because I watched his comedy. He did like a little you could say it was a stand up thing, but it was more of like almost like an inspiring like stand up type. It was after he got better.
Okay.
And he explained everything.
Okay.
He just was so bad that he didn't want us to see him like that. And his daughter Corinne really took care of him and made sure that there was no pictures of him. Like they were very private on. He just didn't want us to see him like that.
Poor guy.
You know. But yeah, he had a stroke. Yes, and he was like, he was just like, I literally could not be here. He's like, I could have not been here, and y'all could have just given me. Was it posthumously? Posthumously? Posthum? You know what I'm talking about? That word?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Posthumously? He could have been dead.
Right? Just gone.
And they could have gave him the award in memoriam. I'll say that. Yes. But so it was just great. He was very grateful. And it was just cute. It was just cute to see his kids. And girl, I think I'm about to start my period because I've been crying at everything, child. I was like, "Oh, Jaime Foxx."
I love everything you've done except for Katie Holmes.
Yeah, why did you do that? That was so stupid. Everything else has been awesome.
Everything else was fantastic.
He's like one of the few artists that can act and sing well. Not like I just came out with an album.
Right.
But like, oh, you did he's a musician.
He can sing.
He can sing. He can play the piano. He got him an Oscar. He can act. Talented. Like, you know, I like her. But I'm just saying I am aware of the level of talent. But like J-Lo, you know, I'm always gonna like J-Lo. I'm not gonna hate on J-Lo, but I still am aware. I'm like
her memes and her cane dancing are so hilarious. I'll get like
and like her acting, like she's never gonna win an Oscar.
No.
Like, girl, just be in the rom-com, you all right.
Yeah.
You good.
Find Matthew McConaughey.
Yes, you're fine. And then she gonna come out with some, some cool like, "You're looking just a little too much to me, a little too to me. Don't get right to me. And tonight is not waking it right." Yeah, she's gonna make her money.
She's fun.
She's cool. If she would have came here for that $8 ticket, I know I would have been.
I would have been there so hard.
If you didn't
Y'all didn't make her quit.
You didn't make her quit. I would have.
You already come here. Did we miss that?
I think so. I think because I think Shaniqua took her daughter. I think I saw it on Facebook because I was gonna say something, but I was like, "Girl, don't rain on their parade. They had fun at Cape." I was like, "Bro, why you going?" So I just kept on. See how I did that, y'all? I was like, "They happy."
Yeah,
she took her baby. She don't mind. So when I post Cowboy Carter, I'm gonna need y'all to be just.
Same with JoJo Siwa.
I wonder. Norma never answered. We'll make her go.
I think it was my.
Oh,
I'll
okay. Me and Leslie are going. Maybe Randy too. Whoever. I'm so excited about that. Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I don't even know that many JoJo Siwa.
I know 2.
We probably know.
We might know. Let's say I know Karma's a bitch, and what else we said? I know the Boomerang, because whenever she was like Joe, like
kid.
Yeah. It's another one. It don't matter.
I don't know.
It does. I feel like every time we talk about JoJo Siwa, I reference those 2 songs because that's all I know.
It's gonna be great. People watching. I'm excited.
I'm a little sad that it's after Pride Month, but still. Because can you imagine JoJo Siwa coming in Pride Month?
Crunk.
Oh my! But she's still gonna be crunk.
Yeah,
she's still gonna be crunk.
Yep.
We just gonna be like, we might be the oldest ones. Do you think we're gonna be the oldest? Yeah, we're gonna be the oldest ones there.
No, there'll be like people there with their grandkids that are older than us. So I don't know.
I think they were gonna be the oldest ones.
Maybe the oldest ones acting out the way that we will.
Yeah, I don't care.
It's gonna be great.
It is gonna be so fun, and it's even better that the tickets are like, what you say, $30?
Yeah, they're not that much.
That's crazy. That's how much it costs to get in the damn John's concert. John,
real.
Are you JoJo Siwa?
Hey, we forgot to send you our set list because we arrived late. Sorry.
Yes,
we didn't set up anything.
That's gonna be so. I'm really excited about that. Okay.
All right, you ready to talk about part 2 of Pee Wee as himself?
Yes.
Did you have anything else you want to say about BT or anything like that?
I don't think so. I had to think about it. Oh wait. Oh, I do. I have one more. Mariah Carey. Did you see? Okay. I love Mariah Carey. I love Mariah Carey down. But the girl, she came and she did a performance, and it was a very Mariah Carey. She was like hold my hand, like you walking me. Like, she was like, and then she was like, and it's just like honey when your love comes.
And then she just leans over.
Yes.
People pick her up.
I think that someone literally held the microphone. They're like, Mariah, just sing, baby. Just sing. That's all you got to do. Love her. She was like, right? And people still be asking for her to perform. She's like, I'm going to show up and do the least and get the most.
It's summer. She ain't got to do shit. She's her off.
She looked amazing.
She always does.
So
I wouldn't be surprised if she made a deal with the devil. Because I mean, girl,
I just love that about her. But it also, because it always goes back to Beyonce. It just makes you go, you know what? There's not gonna be anyone like her, ever again. Because that girl puts in work. If she says she's gonna be there, she gonna be there. She gonna do the most. Girl, all we wanted you to do was. Did you know my name? So I love them both, and they both hold different spaces in my heart. But I mean, you need Beyonce's and you need Mariah's.
You do.
You need somebody who's gonna be like, I ain't doing all that.
Yeah.
You do. Because we can't all be doing the most.
Right.
Or could we?
We could probably all be doing a little bit.
Yeah,
more.
right. Yeah, you need inspiration in different ways. Because how about this? There is a time and a place.
Yeah.
There are times when we need to be like, we're doing the most. And then there's some times when you need to be like, we ain't doing all that.
Right. The moon ain't full all the time.
Exactly. So they both teach us different things, and I really appreciate them. Really, really do. Okay. All right. Now we can talk about Paul Reubens. Because Paul, what category he falls into? He falls into, I'm going to do the most.
He did do the most.
Yes. Yeah.
That was part 2 went a way different way than I thought.
It was a little bit darker.
It was. I think it showed a lot more so, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, but like he really had a lot of control issues. And then when he didn't have control, like, I found it really interesting that when he lost control is when he got arrested, and then that really did change everything for
That
him.
really did. But I feel like it needed to, because he wasn't being his true self. He was trying to be. I think that once you do find out, when you try to control too much, it's gonna fall apart eventually. You can't. You just can't. You can't have that much control over every single aspect.
Well, and I think, and he was like resenting Pee-wee a little bit too, because Paul Reubens wasn't getting the recognition.
Right.
I found it really interesting. He was talking about how Pee-wee Herman has a star on the Walk of Fame, but Paul Reubens doesn't.
Right.
And like that's a big deal. Like,
yeah,
I can imagine that being like a mind fuck.
Right.
You know?
Right. And then the whole thing with like his arrests and stuff, and just how it just made him look so bad. And it was not.
He was like, and then my Marilyn Manson mugshot is out there.
I thought he looked so cute in the. I was like, that's actually really good. I thought it looked cool. His mugshot. But poor baby was. If it happened now, then it would not be. It just happened in that time where, because there was something else. It's just funny to watch stuff when that happened in like even the 90s, because you don't think it's that long ago, but it was long enough for us to like. There's some things that we were like laughable, like calm down,
right?
Like, I was watching, because I've been watching Breaking Bad a little bit in the like in the background, and like he told his wife that he was smoking pot, or like smoking pot because he has cancer, and it was such a big deal. Oh my God, Skylar and the sister-in-law and Hank were just all up in arms. I'm like, first of all, he has cancer, so maybe that's okay. Second of all, it's weed. They're like, he's smoking the pot.
Smoking the reeks.
And it's just so funny how like now you're like, okay.
Or like The Shield, when they were diagnosed with autism. It's like, not too bad.
He's got a sick kid at home. Oh no, they have cerebral palsy. No, autism. Girl, bye.
Everybody does.
This right here, I'm sketching out on you. That's some type of autism. Because what the fuck? But yes. But anyway, so yeah, I. But you know, everybody, you gotta go through shit in life.
And he was so eccentric. And
yes,
like, I found it really interesting that Debbie Mazar and him had like a lavender relationship.
Oh yeah,
she's so beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
So beautiful.
She's gorgeous. I loved her and everything. I'm like, and everything. Yeah, she's like a cool chick. Oh, I heard a story about her recently on Instagram. So Tatiana Ali, what movie were they all in? Heather, the remake of Heathers. It was some teeny bopper movie. If I tell you and I look it up, then you'll go, oh, okay.
Okay.
Jawbreaker. That's what it was. Jawbreaker.
I didn't know they redid that.
No. It wasn't the remake. It was during Jawbreaker.
Oh, okay.
Because Tatiana Ali was in it, and
yes,
girl was in it.
I forgot.
And then Tatiana Ali was saying that somebody was bullying. Everybody was suspected it was Rebecca Gayheart. I don't know. I'm just saying that's what they suspected. But they were kind of like mean to her, Tatiana Ali, and kind of like bullying her a little bit. And then somebody said something to her, and then what's the girl's name?
Debbie Mazar.
No, not her. It was Rose McGowan. Never mind, wrong person. Oops.
I was like, wait, what?
No. Sorry. Well, just to tell you the story, Rose McGowan was like, "Shut the fuck up, Rebecca," and then she never, like, she said it in front of everybody, and then they were not mean to her, to Tatiana anymore.
Wow,
so good job, Rose McGowan. Sorry, I mixed you up. Sorry.
I bet Debbie Mazar do the same thing.
And I think that they had the same energy. That's why I was like, and they both told her to shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah. So, but anyway, my bad.
Lovely story.
Go follow Rose McGowan on Instagram. Seems like a lovely lady. But yes. And then, you know, I think it's funny that made me laugh because me and you always talk about how we don't know if we like The Big Adventure or Big Top Pee-wee better. And then apparently we're the only ones, because they were like, it was terrible.
They're like, everybody hated it. And I was like,
I'm like, everybody except for Ramelle and Leslie?
Right?
Because we were like, we don't know which one we like better.
A hot dog tree? They said it wasn't.
There was a hot dog tree, for Pete's sake.
Do you know, if I'm ever down in the dumps, show me a clip of Pee-wee getting off of the net after he does the trapeze. That is one of the funniest things.
Yeah, I don't know. It was so funny when I was like, oh, I didn't know it was a box office bomb. Nobody told me. I enjoyed it. I mean, everybody, like, even when I saw, I was like, I forgot about the townsmen, and then they turned the townsmen into kids. I like, I watched that, and they were like, it was awful.
And Chris Christopherson?
Yes.
Crazy.
He was married to the little tiny lady.
I
want somebody to love me like that.
He loved the shit out of
He
that
loved
tiny
that little tiny.
lady.
Yeah. So I was like, but I do see when they were like, he went to like, because he kissed the girl, like the main girl.
That was really awkward.
And like he was trying to be too like mainstream, I guess. But I see what they're saying on that part. But I still to this day, we can watch them back to back. We'll watch Big Top, and then we'll watch.
Have you seen the new one, like that he did with what's the hunky guy from It's
not the Christmas one,
huh?
The Christmas one they were talking about.
No, that's the Christmas special, which is one of the greatest Christmas specials of all time.
I mean, I had freaking Grace Jones and Sharon, and I was like, damn. Grace Jones. I don't know what you're talking about.
He did the latest one. Oh my gosh, it's gonna take me one moment, please.
Okay. Well, but yeah, I thought that was funny how, like, it basically like kind of that was like maybe like the beginning of things, kind of like because he had a upward success track, and then things start as things do. They just come down. What goes up must come down. I feel like that was like the beginning of it, because then after that, then the show Pee-wee's Playhouse ran its course. Oh, and I was gonna say the one thing that I really, and I was like, you know what? I was like, hey man, I even said it out loud. I was like, praise Jesus. I liked it when he said, because you do realize, because they had like, what's that lady? Epitha, that lady, that actress. Her name was Epitha, the black lady.
Rita the Mail Lady?
Yes.
Okay.
But her name was like something Epitha or something like that.
Rita the Mail Lady.
Okay, yes. And they had Lawrence Fishburne.
Yes.
And then they did have a lot of like innuendo, like
yeah, it was.
And he basically was like, I wanted it to be inclusive without banging over your head that like, look, we have black people. Yeah. We have Spanish things. We like, okay, like just have them interact normally.
Yeah, like they talked about the cartoon El Hombre.
Yeah.
And that he was like, well, you have to put subtitles. And he was like, why?
Yeah.
There's a cartoon. And you do.
And
you knew exactly what was
going on. Just listening in Spanish. So I appreciated, because sometimes I think even as a black person, I do get like, just, it didn't have to like be so forced. I want to see everyone and everything. Like, I don't want to see a movie where it's just, unless it's a New England movie about some crazy white people, then I'm fine with no people of color. Because I'm like,
because y'all ain't gonna treat them right.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't mind watching a crazy New England white movie, but like for the most part, especially
they wouldn't treat black people right.
Oh no, no, it's just because I know that they're not going to be there in that space, and for them to be really crazy and white, they're not going to want black people there. I want to see y'all craziness. So in some instances, it's there, but like let's say you're doing something about a school or
a playhouse.
Yes. Like, just have them be there. You don't have to be like, and this is my white girlfriend. Like, just be there. It's normal.
I do like that. And I think that probably made, like, a lot of things, like, normal.
It's normal. Yes.
Yeah. Because you just embrace people being different.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was funny that Lawrence Fishburne was like, I didn't really get it, but I'm glad that I did it. Now I do.
Yeah. I think I would. I feel the same way. Like, I feel like if I saw Pee-wee before Pee-wee's Playhouse and I went to a show, I would be like, what is going on?
He's like, why is he throwing Tootsie Pops?
But then you give me a job, I'm like, all right,
I'm a cowboy.
I'm gonna come. And he was like a cool guy. Yeah, it was. I really appreciated that line. And he's like, I wanted to be inclusive without being just like over your head. And back then, that was inclusive was barely a word. It was like a new word, So
I did think it was funny that Rita the Mail Lady was like, nobody. She was like, I was the only one that kind of knew that something was weird here.
She was the only one aware of the weirdness. Yeah, it would be a black woman. Like,
I was like, that would be Ramelle in the situation. Like,
this is a little weird, right?
I mean, y'all are real nice and all. I forgot about the one where she gets like the '60s hair.
Yeah.
That one guy is like schmoozing her up.
And then they had the guy that played Blackula. Like, what's his name?
Yes.
Robert something. Yeah, but oh,
Yeah,
I
he's the
thought
king of cartoons.
yes, yes. So it was just really. Did you find what you're looking for?
Oh yeah, Pee-wee's Big Holiday.
That's the Christmas special, though, right?
No, that's not a Christmas special. It's a
Oh,
one where he doesn't. He makes a French. He gets a friend. What is that dude's name? That is the Joe Magniello.
Oh
They become
yeah.
friends, and it's really sweet.
Oh okay.
It's fun. It's very nostalgic.
Right.
It's good.
I haven't watched that because I feel like I did see because that man is fine.
That man is fine.
Hmm.
I mean, just for that is worth watching.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
Okay, but
but they're so cute. They like the little root beer soda gummies, and they put a straw in it, and like it's cute. It's cute. I love Pee-wee. I do.
Yes.
But I do like the other roles that he played too. Like I remember when he was in Blow.
Yeah, yes. I thought that was the best thing. I was so happy because I was really sad with everything because he got her. I didn't know we had 2 scandals.
I forgot about.
But they said it was pretty because it was so bogus.
Yeah.
That it was. I was happy that it was kept under wraps. I'm like, good, because they're accusing him of being like a person that he's not, and so that made me mad. But I'm glad that he came out of it, and then he also not only did he come out, but he grew because he was like, I don't have to be just Pee-wee.
Right.
I can be an actor with a great career. Like he was
with range.
Yes, I was so
Mystery
happy.
Men is absolutely hilarious.
What's that one?
That has Ben Stiller and Janine Garofalo. It's like a group of superheroes, but they all have like really bizarre superpowers.
I think I've seen that.
And Paul Reubens is he can like fart, like he's gross, and he can fart and you'll pass out. It's silly.
I think I've seen it.
It's
very I always like Janine Garofalo.
I love
and Ben Stiller, so I'm like, that sounds familiar.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, I appreciated they show like any good documentary. You show the rise, and then you show like the plateau or whatever, and then you show a hard time, but then they bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
So I really appreciate it. It's very inspiring. I'm glad that I'm glad that he made amends with not amends, because I feel like him and his dad were not like fighting. Maybe they weren't as close.
Yeah,
because his dad was so macho. They said,
his
but
sister. Yeah,
I'm glad that they reconciled the relationship towards the end, and yeah. Oh, Pee-wee, R.I.P.
I didn't realize that his first role back was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer when he was when he died.
Did you watch Buffy?
The movie?
Or the show? Or both? Either.
I didn't like the show, but I loved the movie because of Paul Reubens. That's one of the best death scenes ever. And he's like,
okay, I've seen that. Yes.
He like kicks the wall.
Yeah, I've seen that death scene before.
And I like when he's like, he tore my new jacket. Kill him a lot. That's a good old Pee-wee. Good old Paul Reubens.
Yes, I agree.
But then, David Arquette and him became really good friends after that.
Yes, I thought that was nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I would like David Arquette. I feel like he's so goofy and silly.
I feel like he'd be fun too.
Yeah.
But yeah, he stayed with Courtney Cox and David Arquette after the second scandal. And then they said he came back to life again.
Praise Jesus.
Yeah, the last message really was sad. It was the day before he died.
Right.
So he just stopped working with the crew.
Yeah, he was like, I think he was very difficult to work with.
I imagine so.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I was a little bit sad, like, Phil Hartman and him. Like,
yeah.
I think that he probably was really difficult to work with. And to get to where you are like that, you do have to sacrifice a lot of stuff, probably.
Right.
And it left him really alone sometimes. Yeah. But then he had people to help him. So I'm glad. But also, like, he had his, like, assistant for 40 years. Yeah. You don't have those types of relationships usually for that long if you're terrible.
Right.
So
yeah, I think working, because what did it say, like, if you work with him, you eventually did have some type of altercation or ended up suing each other or something. So yeah. No, sorry, he's a Virgo, guys. What are you?
Virgos are gonna Virgo.
Sorry.
But no, his last message, like you could tell, it was the day before he died, and you could tell that he did not sound good. And then they said that he was in a relationship when he died, so that made me happy that he had somebody to be there with him. And I want to see that collection of all of his stuff.
Right?
You know, he has the coolest stuff in the world.
Right.
Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff.
I was trying to see when his birthday, August 27th.
1952?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I felt like I was exact target audience. Like Natasha Lyonne was on the show with him, and Goldberg from Mighty Ducks. They were on the show, and like they're around our age. Like we were his exact target audience.
Yes, I agree.
And I like that. I like the message that it's okay. It's okay to be different, it's okay to be inclusive too. Like,
and like be yourself is such a simple saying. It's, maybe we say it too much, and but it's so profound because literally, if you are, people love it when you're a little different and a little, especially if that's you, if it's genuine,
if it's
like
authentic.
if you're genuinely yourself, I think that people love you more and appreciate you.
The
more.
right people do.
The right people, yeah.
Probably just gets on other people's nerves.
It might.
But they're not. That's not your folks. That's okay.
I know the enemies pray on me. Pray for me. That's like it too.
So I enjoyed it.
Yes,
I wasn't sure what to expect, and it was a little bit sadder in a different way.
But I think that if you do a documentary on anybody's life, you're gonna be sad at some point.
Yeah.
There's no documentary out there that you could do that'd be like, I did not cry, or I never felt once compassion. Like,
it was very important to him that he knew that the world knew that he would never harm children.
I think that we all knew that, but
I think so.
Still, because people do equate queer, gay, whatever to like deviancy.
Yeah.
So, but you can't help that. People gonna do that's what they gonna think.
Well, R.I.P. Paul Reubens.
Yes, the lovely documentary.
That was good.
And I hope you trust, what's his name? Matt Hill now. He did a good job.
He did do good.
So hopefully he's like, okay.
He's like, all right, fine.
Maybe write you a note from heaven.
I would have done it different, but okay.
He like writes a note from heaven that just says fine and like drops it. Can you imagine getting a note that's just like fine? Like, I must have been Pee-wee.
Thanks, Paul. All right, girl. Are you ready for what are you into?
I am.
What are you into?
So I watched a 5-episode show called Sirens on Netflix, and it is totally wacky. It got me because it has Julianne Moore. That's Julianne. That's the redhead. Okay, yeah, Julianne Moore. So anytime like you put Julianne Moore and Nicole Kidman in New England, I'm there. That's one of them white people. Something like that. When they go to New England, I don't know what they be doing up there. They be acting a fool.
Take them to the Hamptons?
Yes.
Forget about it.
Because it's rich people with these lives that they're supposed to be perfect doing some crazy shit. That's why I'm always like, what? Ooh. Somebody put the popcorn on.
The scandals.
Let's go. Put it on. Press play.
Yeah, because that's not any sort of thing that we would ever be involved in.
Ever. No. I'd almost be scared if I had a white friend that was like, gonna go to the Hamptons with me, I'd be like, with just white people? Y'all finna sacrifice me, and they don't even give a fuck. They just gonna be like, it was a black person here? No one will know.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Keep on doing what you're doing.
They go in, but they don't come out. It's fine.
It's fine. I'll be like, I need somebody else to go with me.
You're not going to the Hamptons. If you go to the Hamptons, I'm going to the Hamptons.
Right.
I won't let nothing
We'll
happen.
go to Martha's Vineyard. That's where all the black people go. We'll go
like
there.
Barefoot Contessa's.
Yeah. But like the Hamptons, like maybe we'll go during the day and just look around. You spend the night here. Okay, Vinny. So I'm thinking it's like something like that. What's that? Remember the one last summer I watched with it had Nicole Kidman and somebody else, and it was a fun watch. Anyway, it was like a murder mystery type thing. But this one was whack. Like when I first watched it, like I was kind of scrolling my phone a little bit, like still kind of half watching halfway, and then some shit happened, and I was like, the hell is going on? And then I texted Randy. I was like, I'm watching Sirens, and what the hell is going on? She's like, oh my god! So you have to watch. I don't want to give any spoilers away. It is But like when it ended, I was kind of sad it was over, and I was like, "Oh wait, that's it." I remember thinking like, "Wait, is that it?"
Mm.
And then I was like, "I'm not mad. I just need to think about it." Like I was just like, "Hold on, let me think." And I've been thinking for a while, and like I've been watching. You have to watch TikTok because like it just ends, and you're like, "Wait, so what was this about? So what?" I think it's like it. I will say like the overall theme for me, what I got. I think you can get other things from it, but like at the end of the day, it wasn't like the female that you thought was like this powerful, like powerful or like what's the word? Malintended person that's just like almost like a witch where she's controlling everybody. It was the man who seemed so unassuming. And all he had was his little man cave where he would go and smoke weed in, and it was Kevin Bacon. But at the end of the day,
I like Kevin.
Yes,
I love Kevin
at the end of the day, it was him all along, and everyone thought it was Julianne Moore. But I was like, she's such a bitch, and the assistant was such a bitch, and da da da.
That's why I'm quick to be like, what did he do?
Yes, but it wasn't. So that's what I got from it. But I am in a little bit of a women are awesome. So maybe that's why I was like, that's another one. But
he had it coming.
Yes,
he had it coming.
Exactly. But like, I thought it was. I say watch it. It was good. It was different as hell, and I would love to hear other people's like, what did you get from it? Because there's other things. There's other aspects too that you can get from it, but that was the main thing that I was like, So she wasn't a bitch, was she?
Imagine that.
Just because she wasn't like, ooh, love it. She was a woman of a certain age, Julianne Moore. She ain't got time for the bullshit. She was just like, stop. What do you need? What needs to be done? What do you need? How can we fix it? Like that's like her approach at life. But she wasn't a bitch. So
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah.
When I get Netflix again.
Yes.
I'm gonna save up a couple of things.
When are you gonna get? Because Stranger
Wednesday
Things
and Stranger Things.
I'm like, no Stranger Things.
Yeah. So I'll get it for that.
I think Stranger Things comes out in like 3. I think LJ said like 2 episodes at Thanksgiving. Yes, 2 episodes at Thanksgiving. I don't know. 2, 3, whatever. Don't fight me over something like that. So a certain amount on Thanksgiving, a certain amount on Christmas, and then the finale's on.
Oh, okay. That's fun.
Yes.
If they're like movie length episodes.
Yeah, I think so.
A lot of stuff to catch up.
I'm like a little nervous. I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I
would like to go back and
watch.
Right?
I don't know what's going on.
Right? I don't remember at all.
I can't regurgitate to you. I think I know what's going on, Stranger Things, but you're like, Ramelle, so what's going on? I'll be like,
they were in the mall.
Vecna is bad.
Mm-hmm.
And the Dimmy Dogs ate Bob.
That was rough.
But everything, like all the intricacies and like why, I don't know. They caught him. They caught in some shit. The devil done got a hold of the town.
Papa's doing bad stuff.
You need Jesus. I don't know. That's crazy. Sometimes I think like because my son LJ will ask crazy questions sometimes, like hypothetical questions, like, "Mom, would you ever live in a Marvel universe or an Upside Down?" And I'm always gonna say, "Never will I ever choose Upside Down, ever, 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 ever." Or he'll say, "Would you want to live in? Is it? Will they live in Hawkins? Hawkins, Indiana, or something like that?" Never, ever, ever. I'll go live in the world, and I'll just be mad at Captain America for trashing the Empire State Building again. Yeah. Like, damn, but at least I can see, and it's not a. You finna catch me in the Upside Down. That's scary as hell. Vecna? Hell no. Upside Down is scary, hands down. I'm not going to live in that world. Or like if you live in Indiana, you know it's there somewhere. We've accidentally like go to somebody's house and you accidentally go to the Upside Down. I thought I was dropping off some cookies.
I just tried to go to the mall. I wanted an Orange Julius.
Right. At least you could see the fights coming. Like, oh wait, I hear some grumbling. Oh shoot, Hulk is at it again. Move the cars. I would have all kinds of safe precautions.
You just live in the country.
Don't
live in the city.
Don't live in because they always fight in the city. You're right. I'll probably just be fine.
You'll be all right.
Right.
They're like, they're at it again.
I get, girl, they didn't. Leslie called me. Girl, they didn't messed up my car. Girl, you better claim that file. You know they got that number. It's to be a special number to call that to file the insurance claim if your car or house was damaged in a superhero fight.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, so call the top dog. Call the top dog.
Top dog.
And it'd probably be real efficient because they'd be so.
They'd be like, yeah.
What do you need? Okay, come on.
It'd be like Amazon. Be like, it didn't work. Just here's a credit. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So yeah, but upside down, they gonna have no insurance company for that. How you get insurance to mess up my whole realm of thinking is totally messed up. Anyway, Sirens.
Check it out.
Yes. What are you into?
I watched the Sherri Papini story on Max. Sherri Papini was that blonde girl who was abducted by two Hispanic women, and she was gone for like 22 days, and her husband was looking for her. And then on Thanksgiving, she came home, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, you're back!" And she was like, "It was awful. There was two Hispanic women, and they kidnapped me and held me captive and beat me and branded me." And everyone was like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Right? What?
And then 4 years later,
not 4 years,
she gets arrested because it comes out that she says it was her ex-boyfriend. She was having an affair, and it was the boyfriend that abducted her. And that's why she makes this whole documentary to say, okay, I lied about the women because it was really him that did it. And I was trying to leave breadcrumbs and trying to lead y'all to him without saying it was him because I was so terrified of him, I couldn't tell the truth. And you're like, okay. So she claims that she described one of the Hispanic women that kidnapped her to look like James's mom to like lead them to her. And they say this like at the beginning, and you kind of forget that they say it. Well, at the end of the series, they're like, "So I wanted to ask you about James's mom," and she's like, "Yeah," and she was like, "So James is like Hispanic and Irish, and James's mother is Irish," and Sherri Papini was like, "That's weird because I met her twice and she was Hispanic." Girl is still lying. Like, she's still lying. So she takes a lie detector test, and like the lie detector test, like she's telling the truth on some things, she's not telling the truth on others. It's very interesting, but like to see her lie the way that she does is who knows what actually happened because she's not been truthful about it. Like once you start lying, you can't stop. Like once that's happened, but it's difficult too because like she was a victim of something, but it was maybe herself. I don't know.
She's probably just went off with her boyfriend for a few days.
He claims that she asked him to do all these things to her, and she's like, "Why would I do that?" And she was like, "Is to have a story that you were kidnapped." But then she said she missed her kids and she wanted to go home.
I'm like, that's valid.
Yeah.
I'm like, because as soon as I drop them kids off, I'd be like, I missed them.
I'll get there.
Okay.
But yeah, after like 22 days, she was like, I missed my kids. I wanted to go home. And I wanted to go home and he wouldn't let me. And so it's very sus.
Yeah. Ooh, I'm about to watch that on Max.
It's good. Yeah.
I remember her name, but I feel like I always do that with like cases. Like I always like just several years later, I'm like, let me watch the documentary and be like, oh my God, did y'all know? And they're like, yeah, that happened like 3 years ago, Ramelle. And I'm like, oh, sorry.
She was arrested. So I think it happened it was like there was a 4-year gap between the time it happened and the time she was arrested for lying to the FBI. And like the FBI knew that she was lying to them, but they didn't know what happened until they found DNA in her underwear that belonged to a man. And they were like, she never ever mentioned a man. And then it led to James, her ex-boyfriend. And she was like, I was having an emotional affair, but, you know, I feel like I opened the door to it. Oh, and then her therapist was like so supportive and was like, It's possible she has PTSD and can't remember the events of the
Well, maybe she's just saying that because she can't she can't say anything.
Well, that's what it was. It was a male therapist, and I was pissed because I was like, "This guy, like, she has you fooled." But then they had another woman therapist, and she was like, "It's not a therapist's job to decide whether or not you're lying." And that was like, that's true. Like, that's a detective's job, but that's not a therapist's job.
It's not a therapist's job.
Because imagine if you're not, then the therapist doesn't even believe you. Like, that's rough.
Yeah, like it's just you just gotta. Yeah, that's not it. Because I remember even on Breaking Bad, whenever he was talking about, he had that. Remember, okay, so when Tuco and him, he was missing because Tuco was chasing after him in the desert and all that shit. So he had to have a reason. Like he has a family at home, so he came back and he feigned like he had a nervous breakdown because they found him in the store naked, but he was just. And so
I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then they took him to had to go to the psychologist because we found you in the store naked, and he was like, made sure he was like, right, we have a confidentiality treatment, right? Like you can't tell on me, even if he like made sure. And then once he realized that the therapist couldn't tell on him, he was like, I just faked it. I was doing like, and the therapist wasn't like, oh my God. He was more like, so why are you lying? Like that, because that's not a therapist's job to be like, I mean, it's for that patient, not to be like, it's not your job to.
It was wild.
Yeah, because I don't think that would be a good therapist if they were like, this motherfucker lying, Sherri.
Bullshit.
She didn't go nowhere.
Girl, come on.
Yeah, you have to be, as a therapist, you have to be like, well, she could be, even in your head. That therapist probably goes home and tells his wife, like, that motherfucker is lying. Yeah, but you can't come on a documentary and be like, I don't know what the hell's wrong with this bitch. Right? Cuckoo.
Pants are on fire all the time.
Yeah, that would not be good for your therapy business. That's crazy. That's like a Gone Girl.
Yes, it was very Gone Girl, and it happened around the same time.
Did you know in Gone Girl what happened, or were you surprised? You read the book. Wait, when you read the book, were you surprised?
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to know because I was surprised as hell. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I never. And some people were like, some people were like, I saw it coming. I'm like, I had no clue. I'm like,
I never seen nothing coming.
Girl, I mean, I just be enjoying the movie.
Like he was dead the whole time.
You don't know after the movie's over. Like that was a great movie.
I'm sorry, the serial killer ate your baby. What?
Oh wait, this is another one because I got in an argument with somebody about this. I'll never forget. It's a mutual friend. In Book of Eli, you knew he was blind, right? Then okay, yeah. She ain't watching. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Brenda, remember our friend Brenda? She didn't even after seeing. She was like, he wasn't blind, Ramelle. And I was like, he was.
Yeah.
I was like, he was. That was the whole thing. Like it showed you all, and I had to go and convince her. And then like sometimes I still think about argument, and I don't really like her anymore. And I'm like, stupid bitch. She didn't even know he was blind in Book of Eli.
Don't even understand the movie.
Oh. Don't ever question me when it comes to shit like this.
If Ramelle's gonna argue with you, she's right.
Yes.
And she knows she's right.
Yeah. If I'm like a little shaky, I'm like, okay, I don't know. Or maybe I don't, but if I'm pushing back and telling you for sure, then watch. If you say bet and I say okay, oh, you better watch out. I wouldn't bet if I was you. Because I don't bet. I need my money right here in my pocket. But if I know I'm about to double my money,
okay.
Bet. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Are you ready for our travel difference?
Yes. I don't know why I got my phone. I am.
You're ready?
Yes.
So our triple dip. Listen, so last week we did our top 3 lavender marriages. This week, obviously, we're doing our top 3 like rainbow marriages.
If we were married to a girl, I kiss the girl that I like it. We had to narrow it down to only women who identify themselves as queer or bisexual or something.
Right, who are in the
yes, because we were like, all girls?
Yeah. We would marry and love everybody.
It would literally have to be like the whole podcast is about this one.
And this person, and that person.
You know what? That barista at Starbucks on 75 is really sweet. She told me.
Love her.
Yes. She said hello, beautiful, on my cup one time.
Remember when we let Lydia at Beetlejuice? Her too.
Yes, her. She follows me. She likes all my stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, girl. You have any honorable mentions?
No, I don't have any. Surprisingly, I don't.
Okay. I don't either.
Okay.
Do you want me to go first?
Go first, yes.
All right. Sarah Paulson.
Okay. She's cute.
She is cute. I feel like she'd be fun. I feel like
She
you
would
would
be.
like have intellectual conversations, maybe
Mhm,
like take
mhm,
baths together, like
mhm.
milk baths and shit. She's married to
Yes.
what's her face? And like there's a 30,
There's a nice age gap.
yeah, 30,
But
40
girl
difference.
looks beautiful.
Oh yeah. But they seem to have a very sweet relationship.
They really do. I do envy them sometimes when I see them because they seem like they're always laughing. I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys are always laughing?
It's so beautiful.
Right?
And, like,
Holland Taylor.
yes.
I did not know that was her name. I was just like, the older lady. So yeah, they seem like I mean, because first of all, you always need to listen to rich older women because they always have the best advice.
True.
You know? So if you're married to one, that's just even better.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just like looking like, well, good for them.
Sarah Paulson's so pretty.
Right? And Holland Taylor's like, bitch, I got Sarah. Like, if I was an older woman and then you like married some like nice young starlet, can't tell me shit for the rest of your life.
Ever.
I'm that bitch always. Anyway.
All right, who's your number 3?
My number 3 is Meg the Stallion. Because I need to explain.
I mean, no.
That's enough.
That's enough.
And the only reason she's number 3 is because she's a little bit younger and I want her to like live her life. I don't want to like strap her down with the marriage. So you do you, Meg. You're only. I don't think she's 30 yet. I think she's like 28 or 29.
Oh, really?
I think she might be. If she is 30, she's like 30.
Right, 30.
So yes. So gotcha. Like you're young, Meg. You have too much life to live.
Yes.
Call me in a few years when you're ready to settle down, girl.
Yeah, girl.
But I love you.
You're still fine.
You still fine, girl.
My number 2 is same. Janelle Monáe. I mean, she'll make you feel. She'll get everybody feeling a type of way.
Right? Girl, that's a good one, girl.
She is so beautiful.
So beautiful.
Talented.
Yes.
She's very gender fluid. Yes. Like I love when she like makes masculine feminine and feminine
she would like open your world up to like different. She open your mind up to like different ways of thinking and being, and you'd be like, oh my god, I never thought about this, Janelle. And like
I feel like she's very sensual and sensual. Yes. Like she's not like very. I feel like she's just sensual.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. That's a good one, girl. Thank you. I'm about to tell your wife.
That's okay.
She would like talk and she's like, it's okay, guys.
It's not for everybody.
Okay. My number 2 is I've talked about her before. I don't know if people, but she's a WNBA star, Sid Colson. I love her because not only do I think she's beautiful, I think she's hilarious.
She is so funny.
So funny. Like I remember one time I saw a post as like the top 10 like WNBA stars with the top follower, and she wasn't on there, and I was like, "Where's Sid?" And like people like, "Oh, I got a lot of likes on it."
They were like, she was number 6.
Yeah, I was like, "Where was Sid?" Because I don't think she's like the best. Like she's not a star basketball player. It's more of like her personality. But I'm like, I don't care. You made it to the WNBA.
There, ain't you?
Right. So love her, Sid. I think she's like 35, 36. So whenever you retire, girl, holler at me.
Holler at you, girl. Are you ready for my number 1?
Yes.
Jennifer Coolidge.
She identifies as queer?
Yes.
Bisexual or lesbian?
I'm not sure, but she has come out.
Really?
Yes.
Well, praise Jesus.
And then you're like, oh, duh.
Right? She seems
like her and Jane Lynch are so funny together as a couple and best in show.
Oh, duh. Yeah. They would make a really good couple in real life.
I think so too. Jennifer Coolidge is so like hilarious. Like her like dumb blonde act is so funny to me. But like, she's like fabulous and strong and hilarious and like didn't take any shit. But like is funny and aloof, and I just love her.
And like having Jane Lynch there to like be her like masculine energy, but not too masculine. Because also she understands her. Like, that's not crazy. Because you gotta let Jennifer. If you're in a relationship with her, you gotta let her have the light. Somebody's gotta have the spotlight.
Yes,
and you gotta let her have it.
Yeah.
So that's a good one. I didn't know no wonder she's so damn happy.
Right?
Good for you, Jennifer Coolidge.
Oh, you gay.
No. I see now.
I wish gay still meant happy. I mean, y'all can mean whatever you want, but like, that's fine.
Right. Or, like, cause I think we had a triple dipper on like how we can't say gay. Like, that's so gay.
Yeah.
Like, I wish that wasn't a bad, because I still want to say it sometimes, but I don't want to offend anybody. Yeah. So I don't mean it in that way. But sometimes stuff is gay.
Mm.
Like, ice going to people's houses is gay.
That is. Cut that shit out.
But not in a way.
Alert. Cacao!
Right. But not in a way to like, not gay in like a good gay, not like Pride Month gay, but like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I don't want to offend anybody. But I also like, I understand. Okay, that's fair. Right. All right, who's your number one? Who's your number one?
Of course, is this any surprise when I say Queen Latifah? Mm. I feel like I don't have to explain any of my. I mean, Queen Latifah.
It's Queen Latifah.
Sorry to your wife. I know you're already married, but we're doing triple dipper, and that's my answer.
And that's who you are. She is so beautiful.
Yeah, she's so cool. Like so swat. Like she can be like. When I love it when I see her like in the wild or like in a concert or something, and she's like dressed like just chill. But also when you see her like on the red carpet, she can do both.
She's so glam,
right? She's so glam, but yet also she's so chill. But yes, so I don't think that's any surprise. I don't think any one of my lists is that.
I don't think any one of mine either.
It wasn't even very hard.
Yeah.
Sorry, we like the ladies.
We like everybody.
We do like everybody.
If you're good, we like you.
Yes. Sorry, I don't want to be like again a man. I hope people don't think like, man, I'm just in. That's just what's going on in my life right now.
Yeah.
And it's more like like I said, society teaches us to be very male centered, and sometimes you just like look around and you're like, but what's the advantage of us being so male centered? Because I'm not the only one in the position of where I am right now at 43 years old. So it's just sometimes you just have to be like, I don't know. It's a reaction. Like, I just gotta focus on me, and I'm a woman, so I'm focusing on being a better woman. So sorry. Doesn't mean I don't like the guys. Y'all just do make me roll my eyes every once in a while.
Y'all just ain't doing nothing for me
right now. Just maybe one day.
Just leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah. Let me get my life. Yeah, let me get my life right first. Then,
unless you want to buy a house from me,
exactly.
I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah. Hit me up in a few years, but right now, I gotta put me first.
Put me first. So, all right. Anything else, girl?
No, girl.
All right. Well, I'm Leslie. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and you can watch us on Spotify and YouTube.
And I am Ramelle. Follow your girl Ramelle the Realtor on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
Woo, woo, woo.